Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I wanted to do a video kind of like highlighting, I think what is sort of like the major problem here for kind of like the 11th anniversary. I do think at the moment that the, I can't even really say at the moment anymore because it's just, part 1 is completely done, right? 11th anniversary part 1 is not only the worst anniversary part 1, I think, like, ever. And I mean, I explained this before, but if you kind of adjust for inflation, you know, 4th anniversary part 1 back in 2019 was crazy. The game was in a different kind of you could go back and look at these old celebrations now and be like, oh my god, it was bad, it was bad, it was bad, it was bad, it was bad. But like, it's just, we were in like a different era and a different time, right? Like, it's, they had different like amount of events they were doing and when they would do events and how events were structured, right? So it's like, if you kind of like adjust, as I've said, for Dokkan inflation, I do think this 11th anniversary part 1 is the worst we've ever seen, but it didn't need to be that way. And the fix, I think, is very simple. I think it's just the easiest fix in the world, really. Now, all they had to do was EZA, I think it's this guy. I think if this guy EZA'd right now, and preferably with one more character, which there's many that could, because they're kind of like Goku and Vegeta's the theme, and then they are kind of pushing like Goku family and Vegeta family, which opens up just a mountain of EZAs. Vegeta family doesn't have as many that are available, but we do have some characters, right, that they could really work with. They did give us the Super EZA Trunks. There's multiple blue Vegetas that could Super EZA as well. That, I think, would be a huge, like, where we could see, like Vegeta family Super EZAs, Goku family regular EZAs is kind of what they could do. But this is one of the most popular characters in Dokkan history. This guy just oozes aura. He oozes greatness. But it's just, it's very easy for a character that needs to get hit and needs to be put in slot 1 to fail. That's this guy's fundamental problem. We saw what they did with Tamagami 1, though, who is a free-to-play TUR, and they made him a god. So I see no reason in the world, if a free-to-play TUR is the level of great that he is, that this guy, they could not have dropped him this week as a Super Saiyan 4 EZA, and he could have been, you know, way better than Tamagami 1. Because this is a Dokkan Fest LR that people would still need to potentially pick up, and he could be on, you know, one of the banners or something. I think this would bring maximum excitement. Now, I know some people would say EZAs are not content. I understand that, right? Grinding EZA events is certainly not content in any way. But, I mean, if you enjoy the game at all, right, when some of these legendary characters EZA, I mean, this guy wasn't that good. Like, he has a legendary reputation, even if he wasn't that good for that long. But this guy, this is, to me, there's no character in the game I'm rooting for an EZA that's greater more than this guy. Because this guy has a ravenous fan base, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter what he is when he EZAs, they're going to be saying he's top 5. Like, it doesn't matter. So I pray that he actually, like, I would prefer they just make him outright the best character in the game. And then I go, yep, guys, I mean, his dick needs to get sucked. He's the best in the game. I'm praying that happens. Nothing will be worse than me having to say, and then they're going to be on my dick all the time. So please, no. Please, no. Make him great. And I think they drop this guy's EZA right here, and then potentially they drop maybe their EZA right here. This is, you know, maybe this is the first actual Dokkan original, kinda. This active skill right here. I mean, this is like a Dokkan original. They basically took, I think the art of Goku and Gohan it's a Toriyama cover page. I think it's a manga cover page, right? They basically took one cover page by Toriyama and turned it into an entire LR. They could do this. Like, EZA this character right here, when we're about to have a major Dokkan original celebration, and I think people will go crazy. Look at that, man. Fire. One of my favorites. So I think these two could have EZA'd right here, and it would have been fantastic. I think it would have gone over so well. And this is the thing. I pulled this up right here. I just wanted to show this. So this is the data download for this week, right? All we had was the 3 Tamagamis. Now, to be fair, I think Tamagami 1 and Tamagami 2 are very good. end of discussion. I think Tamagami 2 is really good too. Tamagami 3, right? Yeah, I still need to get to the showcases for 2 and 3. If you guys have noticed, out of nowhere, I just got very sick. But, I mean, I'm praying it's a W because we still got 4 days until the LRs come out. Regardless of if I recover in time or not, we'll be streaming 10 hours on the 14th, doing all these videos. So I better recover before then. All right, so, yeah, so we have this, right? So we can see the 9th, the 9th, the 9th. This is the problem. If we historically look at anniversaries in this spot, I could have pulled up the 8th anniversary too, which I believe, I mean, it must have been, you know what, why don't I do that? The 8th anniversary, oh, well, actually, you know who it was? It was, yeah, I remember. Hold on. All right, right here. Yeah, look, dude, February 13th. February 13th. February... Oh, wait, this is the... February 15th, right? Like, this was his release date, February 15th. And then we go through, here's Broly Chan Lemon, 9th anniversary is February 5th. And then Blue Kaioken Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, February 11th, right? Now, here's Part 2 LR, February 15th. Here's Gogeta from last year, February 5th. Namek Goku, 10th. And then Part 2 LR is 15th. So you guys see the point, right? Years and years and years in a row, there's like an EZA in this spot that at least gets a lot of attention. Blue Kaioken Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta were very good. Blue Kaioken Goku was very good and garnered a lot of discussion. I wasn't the biggest fan of Gogeta, but it was still a Super Gogeta character. And then the Namek LRs I wasn't a fan of at that moment, but as we got all the content, I think I turned into more of a Namek defender. Even as it is now, I probably like the Namek LRs more than literally everyone. I probably am... I don't know how it happened, but I probably am the #1 defender of this guy's EZA, which is definitely not a good hill to be. That's definitely not a good place to be, but, I mean, hey, he could do a little bit of festival, man. My bad. They said it was the hardest fight ever. Hardest fight ever, and that man was the 6th option. Come on, it's something, it's something. All right, so we got that, right? So this is the problem right now with the 11th anniversary part 1, is that there's not a grand EZA right here. There should be an EZA dropping tonight, the 11th. Boom. At midnight tonight, this guy should be EZAing, and this character should be EZAing. Or maybe Pan should be EZAing. And, I know, I mentioned this, I think it was Garesh who scoffed at it, but it's like, I mean, we're about to get dual Super Saiyan 4s. I mean, we're setting up, GT Hero to be super good, and Grade 8 Power to be super good. And who knows what the banner unit is going to be like, right? I think there's a decent chance... Oh, let me just say I want to hold out hope that they're going to awaken Ice Shenron, who is just an SSR for 9 years in a row, or 10 years in a row, needs to get his awakening. And then banner unit could be like, GT Super Saiyan Gohan or Super Saiyan Goten or something, who, like, don't, like, that moment is not represented in the series, right? I think they kind of could do that. So that could be pretty good. Pan, I mean, do I expect Pan to be super crazy? I don't know. I kind of hate her kit, but when it comes to EZAs, besides Dokkan Fest LR, Anniversary LRs, besides them, other characters, it's just like, it's a lot of the times it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. I mean, if they have a really, truly great kit, they could still come through. Because, like, Orange Piccolo definitely got what is like an underwhelming EZA. Oh, for sure. But his kit is so great that he's still good. Like, because of how dominant the Orange Piccolo EZA is. So, overall, I don't think he's a bad character or a bad EZA. I think he's a fine character, right? But they didn't give him an elite EZA, but his kit is still just so fucking good that he's, still good. So we'll see with a character like Pan, who knows. I also got the RF Blues pulled up. At this point, I would rather they just save these guys and Dokkan Fest God Goku. He's another character I could have pulled up, Dokkan Fest God Goku. They're both up for EZAs. I'd rather we just save them for Dragon Ball Super returning at the end of the year, right? So, like, when God Goku and Beerus are getting their Dokkan Fest LRs or whatever it is, that's when we could EZA Dokkan Fest God Goku. I think it'd be perfect. I do. That would be good. And same thing with this character. we could just EZA this character, you know, when we bring the Resurrection F stuff, you know, the series is going. I really hope Dokkan and Legends, they understand being timely with the anime ongoing will be a huge factor for them. I truly hope they understand that. It's making the schedule. They don't need to be on the ball like the day of the episode or something, but like at least like a week after or a week before or like close to when it happens. They gotta do that. They have to. I also have Majin Vegeta pulled. Oh, I didn't pull up Bardock. My bad. I didn't pull up Bardock. Hold on. Bardock is another character, and Bardock is kind of all, like, he's, like, completely Goku family oriented, too, right, with the Goku right here, and then he's a Goku family leader, so he, to me, would make a ton of sense to drop right here. I would be very interested in him with this intro. You know, not only does he have the best intro in the game, you know, 4 years running, but, I mean, it's also has one of the best effects of a 5-turn scouter is fucking crazy. Like, that's insanely good. So, you know, this guy could easy at any time. Be interesting. We have them. Again, Majin Vegeta. Here's my hope here. Trunks is, like, always going to be bad. So, my hope is they would maybe adjust this to Vegeta family. Imagine if they did that. Oh, my God. Bro. By the way, Majin Vegeta is a great, like, Dokkan Fest LR or Carnival LR candidate, in my opinion. Majin Vegeta. Him getting one of these grand LRs. I saw someone say, I hope part 2 is Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Majin Vegeta. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I do think Majin Vegeta kind of deserves a little bit of respect. So I'd be down. I'd be down with him getting a huge LR, right? All right, so there's that. But the biggest fear with him right now is this. But they could easily fix that. I understand the whole, like, Trunks angle, the point of the card. But, I mean, to make him maximum playable, they just have Vegeta family right there, and we're good to go. And then these two guys, I think we probably will see them super easy during the anniversary, but this is going to be a little bit later. I mean, they easily could have super easy them right meow, and then these boys would have been ready to go, like, leading into, you know, the Tag, UI, and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Same thing with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Like, they could have easied him right now, and we know, oh, baby. I mean, all these teams, like GT Heroes and Great Ape Power and stuff like that are really good, but this is how the 11th anniversary, in my opinion, failed, is no EZAs this week. Multiple good or hype EZAs, and at the very least, I think the Part 1 anniversary would have been a tad disappointing, but it would have been in the mix with other Part 1s. But as it stands, I do think, even when you look back into Dokkan history, I do think this is the worst Part 1 we've ever seen, ever, of any celebration. I truly, genuinely think so. I mean, let me close that to worldwide or anniversary. We're only talking about worldwide or anniversary. And of all of these, going back, you know, 7 years or something, I do think this is the worst Part 1 we've seen, unfortunately, right? So, let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm ending this video saying, please, oh my god, Amatsu-sama, just make this guy #1 overall when he EZAs. It'll just make the community way healthier.